right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back for our final matchup of the night as we are heading over to the Challenger League for another spicy matchup. I'm Rocker Man, back in the booth for a little bit here while we get merely mental. The reinforcements are coming soon. My voice will be saved from 4 straight play-by-plays, but I'm Rockerman here for the time being, back with the one and only Jaegers. Jaegers, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and so I mean, this should be a very good matchup. I'm looking forward to it. And merely, how you doing, buddy?
I don't think.
Hey,
Oh, there he
I
is.
I was not quite ready, but throw me to the wolves and
You were
I'll come
close.
back even stronger. What's going on?
Pretty good, pretty good. Not much. Finna have a great Rocket League match. Some say it's the best match of the night. And yeah, no, I mean it wasn't my idea to throw you to the wolves, but Austin insisted, so here we
That's
are.
that's just not true.
That's probably not true at all, but it's all good. We'll get underway. I haven't even loaded up Rocket League yet, but I'm excited to load up this match and see what we've got in store for us. Samurai taking on Venom, two top teams. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it should definitely be a good one. And we've got a lot of known players on the rosters. A few I'm seeing is Jonah M, O'Caliber. Pretty much everyone on this field has been around in Nemesis so far.
Yeah, once again, I can't see
Oh
who's
yeah,
on the field.
you can't see. Okay, I'll say the names for you. So
I do
we
recognize
got
Jonah, of
Jonah
course.
M, Zero Caliber, Stacked, Bazinx, some guy named Rockerman, Yukio
What?
Takeda, Bowsy. All the players in the lobby have been around for a while. And it should be a very good matchup. A lot of mechanical players here. I do know that Venom picked up uh, Bowsy sometime in the mid season, and ever since then they've been popping off.
That is a great pickup actually. Bowsy, I'm assuming that's Bowser. Uh, Absolutely fantastic pickup. I mean, he carried Rockerman at one point, didn't he?
I, if I'm not
Then
mistaken, I believe he did. Yes.
he's been in the league for a while now. Okay, I think I'm pretty much all set up and good to go. There we go. There we go. Okay. But we should have a great match on our hands. Like you said, a lot of names in this room that I do recognize. And honestly, it's a tough one to call, Ben. I would say this could be one of our coin flip matches of the day, but we're about to see how it starts off. Once again, just excited to get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And coin flip matches are the most exciting. Best odds at the casino also. As Venom takes this, excuse me, Samurai takes the first offensive attack, and let's see how Venom responds.
They are already pressing the issue. Stacked and O'Caliber here looking to tee this one up. Yukio gonna hit away as Bowser. It's one of the first clear-cut chances of the day. Bowser almost gets
Oh,
it through, but not quite there. More shots available for Venom as they're looking to bump out the defense, trying to take away that defense. Already a ton of pressure coming out here from Venom, even in the first 30 seconds. Counterattack almost going through there, but not quite anything found. Still a tie game. That's a great pass to the midfield, but the shot is lacking. Just a little bit of pressure. Yukio trying to control this one out of the controller corner. Stacked, can't quite get it through. Ball bouncing back and forth now. Settle down a little bit, but it looks like both of these teams are going for the neck right now, Ben. Jaegers.
yeah, and a nice little pinch by Venom to put it in the back of the net. The Samurai defense just was not ready
Oh
for it.
my goodness. I didn't even see that from the director cam, but they really combined to send that one home. That's a great way to start off the match. And the early aggression, it looked like them were going to get their goal, and eventually they did end up finding it.
Yeah, they really use the power of friendship there, and it's really gonna pay off for them. And we just gotta see how Samurai responds.
Yeah, respond, it looks like they're trying to. Sending one towards the middle. Won't quite be there yet. So Yukio trying to send that one over. Ball sent back towards the middle, but 3 waiting defenders. So far, Samurai have not found a way to break down the defense, but Zinx looking for the shot. It's off the backboard, and the follow-up is there. Bowser puts it home, and another great play from Venom.
And nice full team play. Yukio Takeda to Bazinx to Bowsy to the back of the net. And I did hear some rumblings about, I believe it's Venom that's the underdog here. I did hear they could possibly pull off the upset here. And they're really starting off strong.
And they are showing that potential there. I mean, especially picking up Bowser, like you said, if it was halfway through the season, that's enough to put you in a solid position, but you might be a little bit lower than if you had that roster the whole time. Looking at what we've seen so far, I could definitely see an upset being possible. It hasn't been easy so far, but they've been able to come away with the lead. This ball will float in the midfield. Bazinct trying to take a solo play, but a little bit low on boost. Opts to go for the pass. Bowser can't get a clean touch, but once again, it's sent right back. And here's that person you've noticed. They have someone waiting on the back line. I think it's Bazinx multiple times here. He seems very, very aggressive, picking off these cherry-picking angles, trying to make those plays happen. And coming clutch for 1 goal, but you have to wonder if that might come back to bite him. Not this time, as that one will sail all the way down for another one.
Yeah, and I mean, you're just talking about him not in the current aspect, but Inks is just gonna beat the third man for Samurai, and you know it wasn't a powerful shot, but it was a shot on target, and sometimes that's all you need.
Sometimes that is all you need, indeed. And that's a major point there. Now up 3, likely with game 1 secured, but still some time for Samurai to try to turn the pressure around, turn that momentum. Jonah in the back line staying strong. Yukio won't be able to get a shot, but he does get a pass to Bowser. This one's off the ceiling. The follow-up is there. It's right behind. This man, Bazinx, is popping off right now, and that's another goal for him.
Yeah, and Venom has just been unrelenting, not giving Samurai any room to breathe. And I don't know. Venom's just really starting off this series strong, and they'll look to bring that energy throughout the rest of the series.
They do look really strong. You have to wonder if maybe Venom, or Samurai, excuse me, maybe caught off a little bit by the aggression, by the dominance of Venom so far. Looking very solid in the midfield, in defense. Bazinx will add just another save to his tally. Now 4-0. This game is all but secured. Doesn't mean Samurai won't look to try and find a goal or 2 in the closing minute, though. This one will go high over. Oh, Caliber can't even get the send out. Bazinx is going to stay on this one. Gets another touch, tries to get it midfield. No pinch this time, as it is sent out. And Jonah M is one player that's been looking like he's really trying to counteract this pressure from Venom, but so far they haven't really been able to find that teamwork to control the ball in the opponent's half.
Yeah, and I mean, some teams just need one game to get into the flow of things. Maybe they just didn't really have a strong warm up, and this game 1 is their warm up. It's a long series, so that sometimes that's okay. But Venom, Samurai really can't let that bleed into the next game. They need to find a way to steal the momentum with this game 1 ending, and they've done well in the past minute or so to stop the Venom offense, but they need to get a goal of their own.
Very true, and luckily in a 7-game series, or best of 7 at least, it's not of utmost importance that you take that first game. It does kind of set a precedent, but that's easily overturned if Samurai can come out strong in this next game. Definitely going to be looking at finding ways to shut down that Venom pressure and prevent them from getting the same kind of opportunities they had in the first game. I mean, my question to you, Jaegers, is how... That's tough.
That's tough.
But at the end of the day, it didn't matter. It didn't look like his heart was in that shot. I have a feeling he's saving his heart for next game.
Yeah.
Where I'm kind of wondering, what do Samurai switch up about their strategy here, Jaegers?
Well, they really, it just looks like they just got caught off guard by Venom. They weren't expecting Venom to come out with the type of pressure they did. And I really think that that first pinch goal put them on the back foot a little bit, and they never really recovered. They're just gonna go straight into this game number two. But what they really need to do is find a way to disrupt the Venom's rotations, because right now Venom's just operating on all cylinders.
That's very true. A few different ways they could do that. Of course, I know every single series we've casted, we always say the losing team could probably use a few more demos to try and disrupt those rotations. But also, just trying to challenge a little bit earlier, being prepared for that backline positioning from
Oh,
Bazinks, and already off to a good start. Jonah will get the first goal, and that's the first goal for the Samurai so far.
yeah, and merely all it takes is one game of warm up, and they're back in it. Now they just got to hold on to this lead.
I love that. I mean, every game you lose is a warm-up game until you finally win one, right?
Absolutely, you keep playing until you win. Some people call it an addiction, but whenever you win, they call that dedication.
That's so true. It's just perseverance, nothing more. But speaking of perseverance, Stacked just barely manages to get back, and this might turn into a goal the other way. Just has to finish off the open net, and that one he will put away. I'm not really sure where the Venom... Oh, they all three scored themselves in the opponent's net. Okay, I missed that on Director Cam once again. But nice for Stacked to get a nice free open net, and a little bit of a mishap from Venom there, showing some cracks.
And merely sometimes if you can't score a goal, sometimes you got to score yourself. And Venom's whole team took that into consideration. And Samurai, they took the opposite route. They just decided to score the goal.
Yeah, I think I like Samurai's approach a little bit more. So far, seeing a role reversal here in game two, as Samurai might be on their way to scoring another one. Could be another shot, but Bazinks barely getting back. Still, it's Samurai controlling the pressure. A double whiff in the midfield will allow Venom to get that one mid. That's a great touch to the backboard. Can Yukio score it? It's so close. But more of a fake than a shot. And he's sent right back. Now it's Stacked, whisking his way downfield. Yukio trying to get this one out, and he will, but Samurai so far look much more composed. Bazinks trying to find this one to the backboard. Will go high, no follow-up there. But the follow-up strikes now. Sent across. Jonah trying to get a clear. At least get as far as his teammate, but the ball's stuck in this corner. Bazinks making it awkward, continuing to make it awkward. That's set up nicely for Bowser. He can't quite get there. Yukio with the follow-up shot, hits it high. Another tough touch for the defense, and they're being broken down. They got broken down once again. Bazinks, the one to finish it off once again. And Venom are back in this game.
Yeah, and Bazinks and Venom doing extremely well, putting on the pressure on the Samurai, cutting the lead in half. And I don't know, it was just so much pressure on top of each other, and Samurai just was not able to clear the ball out of their own goal line.
That was exceptional pressure. I mean, that was an impressive attack from Venom, and I really feel like that showcased their strength, which is just taking shot after shot, getting these pass plays. Yukio through, can't find the placement, but still a fantastic opportunity, and that has to make you shudder just a little bit if you're a fan of the Samurai or playing on this field yourself. Such a scary play, and to be able to recognize that so easily. No, it's not a goal. Good look for Venom once again. Bazinks trying to come in here. Only gets as far as Jonah. Gets a massive clear. They're trying to take his time, and it does work out for now, but Samurai will still get some form of pressure. Stacked with no boost, but he's still running through, looking for that demo. A fantastic demo. Might be able to get another touch, but he can't quite find it. Yukio getting it out only as far as Jonah. Barely misses the top right. And the attack continues. Samurai look to break through, but the boost has run out. Now it's Venom on the other side, but starts off with a miss. It's not a great touch from Jonah, but the ball is free, and now somewhat of an open net, but it's not an easy one. Still, Jonah puts it away, and the Samurai have proven that they are the stronger team in this game too.
Yeah, no, if I was Jonah, I was going to take a little bit more time on that shot. It had plenty of time, but I guess that's why I'm not challenger, and Jonah's gonna put that one away, bring the lead up to 2.
That's a training pad shot. You hit that one. I guarantee if you're Jonah, you've hit that one 1,000 times. Still not easy because it's an open net, but he does it successfully, and that's just another great sign of the confidence on the Samurai. Lost the first game down 4-0, but still, they're bringing it back in game 2, making it extremely competitive.
Oh,
Two-goal
nice
lead,
shot
though,
by
is not as secure as
Ooh.
a 3-goal one. That's a great save from Yukio, keeping Venom in this game, too. Still only 2 goals up. Once again, the boost has run out for the Samurai attack. Stack trying to keep it present, but will get sent across. Yukio with a huge hit, and that's a difficult read to make. The whiff comes through, Bazinx takes the shot, but it's too weak, and it gets sent out again. All of a sudden, Venom don't look as powerful as they did in game 1, Jaegers.
Yeah, they just need to find that pressure they had in game 1. Samurai just taking the ball under control, not letting, Venom have their way on offense. And really a more controlled style by Samurai. Not really super mechanical it seems, but Bazinx on the flip side is gonna be a little bit quicker to the ball and bring the lead back to 1.
And he's the one they keep coming back to. Every time, especially in this game, that they've gone down, it's been Bazinx to bring them back. He was a solid rock in game 1. He's been solid in game 2. 49 seconds. I think we might be counting on Bazinx to get us a third one here, go for the hat trick, try to tie up the game. But Venom still has some work cut out for them.
Absolutely. And I mean, with 30 seconds left, anything's possible. It's just I'm not seeing the same amount of pressure that Venom had in that game number 1. It really seems like that's more on Samurai's side as far as just waking up, finding their offensive, uh, I guess, pressure.
Right. And I saw some pressure there, but it wasn't the kind that gets you goals. It's the kind that gets you scored on. Venom looking nervous in the final seconds, and now they only have 5 to work with. Trying to clear it out, but Stacked should be able to fake this one out, and I don't think, wait a second, it is still up. Bowser,
Oh,
oh, that's a shot. Oh, almost a pretty nice extra goal cherry on top there for the Samurai, but it wasn't quite meant to be. Samurai will take this game too, though, and we're tied up once again. Now instead of a best of 7, we got a best of 5 in front of us, and I'm not really too sure anymore who has the edge, Jaegers.
yeah, I'm really not. I mean, it really was a tale of 2 teams. Like Venom popped off in that first one, offensive masterclass, and the second one, Samurai looked a little bit more methodical. Still plenty of shots, but their play style just seemed a bit more controlled, whereas Venom seemed more like a counter-attacking team. Very defensive match that game too. Let's see how the third one turns out.
Definitely so, and I think we did kind of see in game 1, Samurai let Venom play the game that they like to play. I mean, for God's sake, uh, Bazinx was on the backboard half the time. In game 2, they didn't let him do that. They held it down. They managed to get on the offense, and they managed to take the game. Now we've got to see how they're going to adapt. Who's going to be the first to strike in this game 3? Caliber will get this one out of the zone. Tries to send it middle, but Dak not really ready for the pass. Yukio not really ready for the miss. A little bit of chaos early on, but nothing too dangerous. That one will get sent across. Now some free possession for whoever manages to get there first. Yukio wants to be the one to send it out, and he will be. Tries to take another 50, but it's not quite there. That's a weak shot on target. Almost made it through. The bump in net would have been critical. The ball still remains lingering in this half. A shot by Yukio, but it's blocked just in time. Caliber sending this one downfield. But once again, it's only as far as Venom, and now Bowser has the ball. You know he's looked dangerous in these positions. I don't think he got the flip reset, but he still opened up the net. Luckily, Yukio doesn't have enough boost to take advantage. And so far, Jaegers, in game 1, or game 3, excuse me, it looks like we're seeing same kind of trend as game 1. Bazinx bringing this one through, can't quite get it, but it is all Venom in this game so far.
Yeah, no, Venom is not giving Samurai any room to breathe, have been pouring on the pressure. We did lose Rockerman for a second, but nothing really crazy happened in that span of time that the stream missed out
Oh,
on. But Zinx almost had a nice little pre-flip to put that one on target, and now Samurai are doing their best to counterattack here.
and Bazinx, I mean, I don't know if this is a player that made a name change or something. I think this is the only player in the lobby that I don't recognize. But so far, he's been the one that I've been most impressed with. Not just saying that because I like flashy goals, and that was almost the sickest goal I've seen. But he's been the one creating, taking advantage of these opportunities, making it difficult for the defense. 3 minutes in, though, still no goal scored. Bazinx might be the one to do it. He goes for the air dribble bump, but Jonah just barely gets there. That one sent away as well. Bowser couldn't quite get it. The ball gets sent back once again. Bazinx gonna hit it across. And I don't know how Samurai are surviving these attacks. I mean, it has been non-stop from Venom. So many shots, but they just managed to put a hand up. Once again, they managed to clear the ball. Bowser hitting it over the backboard. Bowser going in again, another backboard hit, and this is not easy to get to. That one will drop down, and it will find its way. It felt like it had to come eventually, and Yukio will finally put in the first goal for Venom.
Yeah, and I mean the shot total for Venom, 9-0 in terms of Samurai. Samurai, if I am them, I just they need to clear the ball. They need to bang the ball out of their half because it's not working. Them just trying to take control because Venom keep diving towards attacks. Yukio not able to find the shot there, and then Venom just completely picking up where they left off.
Oh no.
Not giving Samurai any room to breathe, but Stack does well to get past the defense on the counterattack and tying up this game.
Well, that was basically handed to Venom on a silver platter. I mean, it wasn't the easiest shot in the world, but they had two clear-cut opportunities to hit that ball home. Instead, they end up in a position where they're getting scored on. That was not what we want to see out of them, and hopefully not a weakness that lingers. Nonetheless, the game is tied up, and in fact, it's going to be the Samurai who take the lead. I can't believe how quickly this turned around.
Yeah, and I mean, Venom was doing so well offensively, and for Samurai, all it took was 2 shots, 2 goals at 2:02 left. And I mean, Samurai completely flipped the switch. Venom had all the pressure, and they still have all the pressure, but Samurai just 2 very fortunate goals to give themselves the lead.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard you check the scoreboard, so I had to myself. And look at the shot differential. That's 12 shots for Venom, 1 goal. 2 shots for Samurai and 2 goals. I mean, the 2 shots that Samurai had were very clear cut, but that is not the kind of statistics we are used to seeing, and that is something special. Venom will definitely be feeling like they robbed themselves. I mean, they left their phone sitting out at Walmart. This is not a good position to be, but they will get one back, and Yukio is the one to do it once again. That's 2 for him in this game, and so far he's the only one keeping this team in with the Samurai.
Yeah, Venom doing very well to get a second one there. For a second, they were looking like prime Russell Westbrook out there, throwing up bricks, but scoring when it matters most, and now they're tied.
The tie game will be somewhat of a relief, probably bittersweet for Venom, as they know they could have had the lead, but they are back in it. 2-2, a minute left, and they are on the offense once again, a position they're so familiar with. Bazinx gonna try to keep this one in. This is where Stacked, I want to see what he does. He does just hit away. He was under pressure. It's a tough spot to be in. They might be able to get something going now. Stacked trying to hit to the corner, but it's not really going anywhere useful. Bazinx will be able to clear it out. Jonah sending it back. Stacked once again. That's a great pass to the middle, but the shot is a little bit lackluster. Hard to find the space between those 2 defenders where you can snipe it home. As Bazinx again, he's been threatening so far, but with no boost, he can't really threaten much. Caliber will deflect that one away. It's Venom again, trying to be patient, trying to make good controlled touches, and here's Bazinx. That one might be going in, but what a read by the defense. I thought for sure that one was going to be the one to end the game, but 15 seconds left. It's still Venom. It's still Venom going hard, but Yukio can't find the hat trick to close it out just yet. It's not the greatest touch from Stacked, as it is sent just off target, but Samurai might be the ones to get this last second pressure. It is pinched away, and I don't know if Stacked wants to keep this up. He does not, but that seemed a little bit risky to me to leave the ball for an open shot. And our first overtime of the series has commenced. This is a tense one and probably a
Oh
critical
my
swing
goodness,
moment. Oh,
really?
Caliber with the insane angle, and Samurai stealing away game 3.
16 merely. 16 shots to 5. Venom
Oh,
outscored Samurai. Yet Samurai stole that one away, scoring at a higher clip. And if I'm Venom, like, you gotta get those shots under control. They had all the pressure, they just weren't putting it in the back of the net.
oh man. I mean, it's really hard for me to say because part of me loves that they are not shooting every single ball directly at net. Looks like we have to remake real quick. No worries. Uh, I love that they're not shooting every single shot directly at net because 90% of those are going to get saved anyways. But at the same time, you have to recognize when you have a free open opportunity, it kind of looks like they're just stuck in perpetual pass mode. And that's great when you have someone to close them out. It seems like Yukio in that last game was the person doing that. But when you don't have anyone who's going to put in the back of the net, sometimes you just got to start shooting it right at them. And I know you've said it before, Jaegers. Sometimes the best shot is right at them.
Sorry, I was getting into Rockerman's party for a second, but yeah, no, I mean sometimes I don't know because I mean if they're shooting at him, at least they're shooting inside the net, as opposed to just hitting the crossbar. I mean, Samurai wasn't doing a crazy defensive stand. I really it really just felt like Venom was kind of beating themselves there.
I mean, to be fair, I don't want to completely discount Samurai because they did have some really good saves, right?
They did, absolutely.
Especially that last second one to barely keep the ball in the net. That was an insane read on the backflip shot there. But you're right. The crossbar has been the hero for Samurai most of the time. And in fact, Venom was the hero for Samurai in respect to a lot of last game because that that specific chain that started with the double open net miss by Venom into the botched defense, just leaving a goal and then another one after that. It felt like it snowballed in the right direction. And now Venom is the ones who are going to have to fight uphill. And I'm just wondering how big of a battle it's going to be to try and come back mentally. Get yourself back in that. Now you're down 1-2. You don't have that many chances left.
You still got two chances, to come out on top. Crazier things have happened. But yeah, no, I don't know. If I'm Venom, I'm keeping up the pressure. Just maybe they'll get their shots on target this time. And because I mean, if they
They
even
have
if
to.
they were scoring at like 30%, that's still crazy good. And it looks like we're going to have a lobby reset here. People were
For
joining
sure.
when they shouldn't have been. But yeah, no, I mean, even like let's say like 20%, 25%, they were winning that game. That they just weren't able to get their shots on target.
Yeah, that's going to be a curse. They lose the series by like a game or two. Definitely got to look at that moment and not be too happy about it. But for now, they still have all the time in the world, a lot of time in the world to get back on the horse. And Samurai, I mean, they have not looked unbeatable at all. Venom has looked vulnerable in the last two games, and Samurai has taken advantage of that. But we can't really forget the whooping that Samurai got in the beginning, and that's really what it looks like when Samurai or when Venom are hitting their shots. Is that game one? If Venom can refine that energy, then I think Samurai are still not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination.
No, they really aren't. And yeah, I mean, Samurai just needs to up the pressure. They really got away with that one. Very fortunate counterattacks and a nice shot in overtime. That really was a beautiful shot. Um, but they do need to find a way to stop that Venom pressure because if they don't find a way to stop it, Venom is going to find ways to put the ball in the back of the net. Uh, because that's very rare that those players don't score at even like 25-30%.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they can get 16 shots once again. If they can, I have a lot of
Oh,
confidence in them to come out hot. There's one, so at this rate, we're probably on track for 30. But we'll see how this goes. Bowser gonna hit this off the sidewall back to the middle. No one there to take the shot that time, but there is a follow-up once again, and the ball is just, it's lingering in front of this net once again. Yukio can't get in the way, and Stacked had an opportunity there, but didn't realize the miss was going to come out of Yukio. This one will be sent towards the middle. That's a clean beat by Bowser, but I don't think he can get the double. And no, he can't, but another shot. Venom just right back to their ways, right back to their pressuring, right back to where they want to be, but that's not exactly where they want to be with the ball in their net. So more pressure, and Jonah, he doesn't care about all that. He's just got to put the ball in the back of the net.
hey, shooters shoot, and Jonah, perfect shot. It wasn't the most powerful, but it was perfectly placed. The defense couldn't quite get back to it. And I mean, Samurai just picking up where they left off in that game number 3.
And they seem perfectly content to weather the storm. I mean, they don't look really uncomfortable at all anymore. They kind of look like, okay, Venom is going to put some shots on net. We have to save those. And Venom is also going to put a lot of shots just off of the net. We don't have to save those. We just have to make sure they can't get the follow-up. They're doing a great job of that. They figured out their strategy. Now it's kind of time to see if Venom can adapt. And right now, their strategy of just taking as many shots as possible, well, it wasn't working a second ago, but of course, as soon as I say that, it does. Yuki gotta put another one on the board, and now we have another tie game.
Yeah, and Yukio just a nice angle off the sidewall, totally calculated, it looks like. Just Samurai just straight away from their defensive stand there, possibly went a little too far to get the boost. And Venom gonna tie this one up.
Now a familiar position from game 2 onwards as we have the tie game. Samurai looking to reclaim their lead. As Bowser looks for the ground pinch. That was a valiant effort. Won't really come of much. And Jonah not doing much with this ball in the midfield, but they are keeping out of Venom's possession for now. If they can continue to do that, they'll be in a good spot, but that's not what happened there. Bazinx gets it through, and a misplay on defense. You can't let Bazinx get in there because he's going to score that every time.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not even sure how he got that shot. It looked like the Venom player, the Samurai player was just a little bit too slow, and Bazinx found the perfect placement bottom right. And Venom scoring at a much higher clip in this game number 4. Looks like they learned from their mistakes.
Potentially, or Samurai forgot their lessons. Time will tell as
wait.
Venom leaves the net completely open. Oh, Caliper can't get the shot. The follow-up, there's not enough boost for it. And another miss coming out. Bowser can't make contact. Jonah can't quite get the shot through. Chaos all over the board, but Samurai are the ones for now who are coming out on top. Oh, Caliber with a nice shot. Bowser able to save that one. Keep it from being too dangerous, and now another shot long field. Those are the ones that Samurai has to be careful of. They've gone caught out on those before. You don't want to see them get caught out again when they're already down. Bazinx looks for this one, looks for the flip reset, can't find the shot. But it's still just more pressure from Venom. And Samurai, I mean, that was a tough moment because it felt like there was a huge opportunity to score. I'm pretty sure there was, but it wasn't as clear cut. And now Bowser is coming back the other way, putting the ball in the back of the net. And Venom, they're re-establishing their dominance.
Yeah, merely a little bit earlier, there was I mean, it felt like that ball was up there forever, and we were just staring at the open net on Venom's side, and Samurai just was not able to put it away. It was a little bit awkward, but I mean, challenger players really need to find a way to put that away, and right now Venom is just running away with it.
Now it's looking like we're getting back to our game 1 roots. No defenders available to save this. Jonah tried his best with no boost, but it wasn't enough. Now a 4-1 lead for Venom. They're back in the driving seat, looking to tie up this series. looking to turn into a best of 3. They still got a little bit more work to do, of course. Yukio looking for a demo here. That ball will get sent all the way down. Will it be the control game? It will. The Zink's trying to take that. Yukio sends it forward, and the defense can't quite find it. Yukio will have a free shot, and Jonah can't get in the way either. The defense now, I mean, when they let one go by, they let that second one go by, and then it seems like it all falls apart for Samurai.
It really did, and I mean, Samurai looked so composed in the last game, and it really looked like the second they went down, the water gates really just opened up, and then they weren't really able to do anything else about it. Ocaliber going to get one back there off of the kickoff, but you gotta think, is it a little bit too little too late? We've seen crazier things happen with a minute 30. That's only a goal every 30 seconds, 29 seconds, but crazier things have happened, but it's looking super unlikely the way Venom's playing right now.
Yeah, Venom, I mean, the way they just keep the ball locked in their opponent's half, the only way I could see them giving this up is if they do things like that. I mean, what is going on, guys? Let's cool it a bit, okay?
And Ocaliber just had time to like put the ball on the tee, set it up, take a practice swing, and then just hit it for yard with and a minute left. It's looking more and more doable for Samurai. Jonah M, another good kickoff, and the lead's cut down to 1.
I can't believe this. Venom, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're looking a little bit shaky out there. That's 2 goals in 3 seconds. And the first one, a full team whiff. It was only 30 seconds ago that Samurai couldn't even get the ball out of their half. Now all of a sudden, this is going on, and I mean, Samurai, they've got to feel quite a bit more comfortable now. They've got a whole minute to get 1 goal instead of a minute and a half to get 3. They already did the hard part. Now they just need to get that last one, and this could be the opportunity. Stack will get in there. That's a tough shot. It's not going to be enough. Ocaliber finishes it off with the hat trick, and it's tied up. How is this game tied up right now, Jaegers?
And Samurai did what we've been talking about, merely. Sometimes you have to shoot the ball straight at the defender and put the defender in an awkward situation. And then Samurai were just able to clean it up. They fought all the way back 5-5. And you gotta imagine if you're Venom and you lose this game, you have to take a timeout because your playoffs on the line, and you gotta be a little bit shaken after thinking you had that one put away. Ocaliber gonna have a nice little pass here, but Venom going to clear it away, and with 20 seconds left, I mean, we could be heading to overtime.
It's looking quite likely. Bowser's gonna try to keep this one out, but how do you mentally regain from that without even being able to take a pause? I mean, you get the pause at the kickoff, but that only really drives the point home harder. This overtime is so close, and it is here.
Oh my goodness,
Venom,
dude.
I mean, if I'm in your position, all I can think about is please don't lose this. That would be so embarrassing. Please don't lose. Meanwhile, Samurai are saying, hey, 30 seconds ago we didn't even have a shot to win. This is the best outcome we could have possibly hoped for. Let's give it our all. Let's see what happens in this overtime.
No, they really are on 2 opposite sides of the a coin. I mean, Venom's fighting for their lives. Meanwhile, Samurai's on cloud 9, and they're going to steal this one away from Venom. And
I don't believe it.
I mean, they're 1 game away from moving on to the next round.
Oh, they were up 5-1. They were up 5-1. And a minute and a half, essentially. And, oh my goodness, I can't believe that just happened. That's got to be a contender for Game of the Season. What a comeback from Samurai. I mean, that resilience. We talked about it. They made it look easy. I'm not going to lie. Venom made it a little bit easier than it should have been for them. But also Samurai, once they got that momentum, they just didn't stop. They just kept going.
Yeah, the kickoffs really didn't hurt. But yeah, no, it's like, how do you have that much mental to like come back from 5-1? Usually players after going down 5-1, they're like, okay, we just need to get a little bit of momentum. And you know, Mila, I think that might have been what happened. And then, I mean, Samurai were in the process of getting momentum. They just kept scoring and they couldn't stop. So they just kind of ran with it. Next thing they knew, they were in overtime against Venom, and they just stole it.
I mean, they must have broken an acceleration world record there. That was crazy. You said it yourself. You're like, oh, maybe this will, they probably won't win this game, but maybe this gives them a little bit of momentum, for the next game in the series. Well, we were too focused on the next game. We should have been worried about that game because that was absolutely crazy. Samurai, great job on that one. Now you've given yourself a 3-1 series lead. You're on the verge of closing it out, but that's the hardest game to win. And against a team like Venom, I mean, I just hope that Venom doesn't take that loss too hard. I'm pretty sure they did end up calling their timeout. I can't see over your name on my Discord overlay, Jaegers, but they did take a timeout. Now they're gonna try to recuperate. The question is, do they actually try to change anything, or are they just gonna sit in silence for 60 seconds, however long the timeout is, and let it soak for too long? Because sometimes I feel like after a game like that, sometimes the timeout can be more of a detriment than it is a help. You really have to wonder what the vibe is in there
Yeah.
right now.
No, I do think I think it consists of one player trying to hype the other two up, and the other two just dead silence. I don't know which player it is, but like I really feel like a timeout's detrimental there because like they didn't Venom didn't even really play bad. It was just those kickoff goals and maybe a few times they just over extended on offense leading to the goals. And I I mean Samurai really just stole that away. And there's really nothing you could do except maybe play a little bit better defense, but you can't really coach that. It's just more something they just need to start doing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't let them off the hook that hard. They threw. I'm just gonna say they completely threw that game. Samurai did a great job to take advantage of the opportunities, but they were pretty easy opportunities. Venom 100%. I mean, they're going for sidewall musties, flip resets in the midfield. They're missing the ball. But we're not focused on that. We're focused on this game that's happening right in front of us because now is their chance to bring it back. So far, not looking too bad in game number 5. Bowser coming through with this one, trying to make it happen. That's a great pass to the midfield. We're seeing some teamwork coming out of them now. It's a great sign as Caliber tries to send it the other way. I don't think Venom's going to roll over, though, Jaegers. I think they're going to find a way to come through. I think they're going to win this game, and hopefully, if I'm not wrong, I think we're getting our game 7.
Hey, fingers crossed, but I mean, let's see what Samurai has to say about that. Venom having some great offense right now, some great pressure. Nice pass by Yukio talking to Bowsy, not able to find the touch, but Zink's just gonna kind of sneak that one past the defense there.
That's an early goal. Great sign for Venom. Great shot, actually. I didn't realize how clinical that was, but fantastic to get that on net. Now, if you're Venom, you really just have to be thinking, don't let off the gas. You got your lead. You had a 4-goal lead before. You might want to try to get at least 6-goal lead this time, or else I don't think it's safe still. And they're well on their way to trying to find another one, but that's just over. Caliber can't get the touch. Bazinga barely clears it out. And Venom once again survived. It seems like both of these teams have had these issues with these barely open nets, but somewhat difficult shots, and Samurai have had problems, Venom have had problems. But if that's anything to go by, the trend that we witnessed in the past few games, I think it's probably Venom who take this game. I do think actually that timeout was good for them. I wasn't sure if it really was going to help them, but I think they look fairly composed after the way they lost that last game.
No, they really do. They may have just been messing around that last game a little bit, thinking they had it in the bag. And then they realize that they can't really take it for granted. Like they just have to keep beating Samurai till the game's over, but Stacked is gonna have something to say about that. Nice little pass from
Oh,
Ocaliber, and the pressure pays off for Samurai.
and that defense by Venom is not what we want to see. I mean, Yukio with the tough miss, the boost in the corner looking a little tempting. I saw you there, Bowsy. I went for that boost steal of his own back corner. A little bit too long to get back to net. That was definitely an open net for the Samurai. Those are not the ones you want to give. You've seen what they do with momentum. You don't want to give them any more if you're Venom. But the game still remains tied for now. Venom still have the opportunity to bring this further down, keep it going. Yukio trying to get an insane touch off of his own goalpost, but Zinx leaving it for his teammate. I like that fake attempt, and that's the thing that's really getting me, because it seems like Venom really like to play together as a team. They like to find each other on these pass plays, hit up those fakes, get demos for each other, but somehow Samurai, actually, to their credit, have done a great job of shutting that down. It's kind of been these one-off plays just resulting from the pressure that have gone in, but they deal with Venom's team plays very well, I will say. Not
Oh
that
yeah, I mean Yuko Takeda just a little bit quicker to the punch, but I will say you're kind of right. Samurai does generally look composed, not so much so on that double commit there. But I mean, you have to be composed whenever you're playing a team like Venom who can score in bunches like that. Uh, and Venom gonna get one back there, putting their lead up by one with a minute left. But you and I both know that's
Oh,
not
there's two.
safe anymore.
Well, I would say a 2-goal lead is safe, but there's still a minute and 12, so it still could end 7-3 to Samurai. But that's a great play from Venom, taking advantage of the early kickoff chaos, and they do come out 3-1. Now, I believe they do have the experience. They do have the experience to close out this game, but still a lot of time left. Samurai, they've done it once before. Why not
Oh,
again? Why not again? Okay, we're almost there.
yeah, and that was almost an extremely nice shot by Jonah. Little pre-flip into the air dribble. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I think Venom did well. They learned their lesson. They're not going to take the other team for granted. And they're going to get a nice save there. Ocaliber almost had one
Oh.
there, but Zinx does well to hit it away. And I do really think Venom has this one in the bag. They learned their lesson. They're not going to let Samurai sneak up on them. They're not going to let any kickoff goals in. And I think they're going to take this game away from Samurai.
You just offered like 3 curses up for the
Yeah, I
caster
know.
cursing gods to
It was kind of an accident. I'm
smite
not
you.
even going to lie.
But nonetheless, I do think you are right. I think Venom learned their lesson from the last game. They're not laying off the gas. They're keeping up that pressure, and even still looking to get one more, looking to add another stat to their tally. That one will go in, and 4-1, 2 seconds. I think it's safe to say that Venom have this one in the back.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to jinx them, but yeah, I mean, pretty hard for Samurai to have a comeback here. And Venom looking to take this momentum going into the next game. Uh, and yeah, it's really hard to say who has the edge here. I mean, obviously Samurai do winning 3-2 in the series. But I mean, if Venom plays the way we know they can play, then it's anyone's series.
I mean, it really just feels like there's this, I don't know, there's this switch in Samurai's brains. Because Venom, I feel like looking at it now over the last few games, they play the same. They play pretty much the same every single game. They
Yep.
just hit you with everything they got. They shoot as many times as they can. 11 shots in that game. I mean, that's not even very many shots for them, but they got 4 goals out of it. They're sticking to the same exact strategy. It feels like Samurai sometimes are a little bit wishy-washy on what they want to do.
Hmm.
I think their game plan of kind of just turtling up and counter-attacking to a certain extent has worked out fantastically. Because Venom do make a lot of mistakes offensively, and they leave themselves pretty open. But they still have one more game to close out, 2 more chances. Meanwhile, Venom with 0 chances,
Well,
but that's a great goal to start off. Samurai starting off strong.
and yeah, off the kickoff, Stack's just gonna have a nice little shot off the sidewall. Um, it, I mean, just no one was home. I was trying to figure out who rotated wrong. Just nobody rotated back to goal, and Samurai capitalized off of that immediately.
And I mean, I wish just after so many kickoff goals, I guess pretty much all the kickoff goals that got scored on them were in the same game within 10 seconds of each other. But still, you gotta be careful of that. And now Yukio looking
Oh, what
to
a
get
dim!
bumped. Oh, but he can't finish. Jonah
No
couldn't find the
way!
angle, and now it's back the
No
other way.
way!
Forbidden Temple, you never disappoint.
What? I mean, that looked like a goal through and through, and then the smoke cleared, and the ball was just sitting there, and Bowsy just able to
Oh,
shoot the ball past the defense. That was a forbidden moment, Temple moment of all time, nearly.
that was rough. I mean, Jonah just got dazed and confused. He couldn't see through the smoke of the demo, which, by the way, was a great demo if it wasn't for blinding his own teammate on accident. And then just the other way. And this one might be another one. Now Venom turning the tide immediately. Bowsy off of a great pass from Bazinx. They will take another goal. And now it's another flip of the script. Venom's the ones who are up.
Yeah, no, I mean, Venom's just taking this momentum and running with it. Meanwhile, Samurai's just left behind, scratching their heads at what could have been. Like you know, merely I really thought that was a goal. I was just waiting for the explosion, and it just never came.
Well, to be fair, there was an explosion of cars and then the ball in the other net. But yeah, that one moment. Hopefully, Samurai will not reflect on it as much as we have reflected on it, because it's hard to get out of your head, and those are the little things that can tilt you during a series. Jonah flying through the air here, trying to find his way back in, and all of Samurai trying to get back into play, but they're kind of just flying at the ball, and you can see the cracks starting to form for them. They're only down one goal, but sometimes that one goal can feel like quite a hurdle to climb. Now it's Venom with even more offense. Bowser can't get the flick past the first. Jonah wants to be the one to challenge, but O'Caliber goes in first. This could be a good opportunity for the Samurai, but with a Bowser clear, that might end up going the other way. Yukio with the double touch, he scores those, but not this time. Can't quite get on target. Still, it looks like Venom from the last game have even more confidence. They've leveled up once again. And Samurai,
Oh, what a pass!
Oh, and level up they have. These team plays they've been going for, that pass is too clean. Yukio to Bazinx, he sinks that 100% of the time.
And I mean, this Venom roster has so much chemistry on offense, it's ridiculous. And I mean, Samurai, you can tell they're a more defensive team, but I mean, when they're laying goals through the cracks, like there's really nothing they can do.
Yeah, and it's another one of those times where it looks like they might have ended up in their own head. Venom, like you said, they have so much chemistry on offense, but they do look weak on defense. Samurai have been able to come away with a lot of these free goals. It's just when the free goals stop flowing, it seems like sometimes they don't know exactly what to do. This one might have been blocked away by a Venom attacker, actually, but nonetheless, it will be sent right back in. Bazinx trying to follow again. Will backflip, but still a little bit dangerous. Sent out to O'Caliber as he tries to take control. Nice flick past one, but he won't get it past the second. Bowsy getting it past the second himself. And Yukio trying to center it. Samurai under a lot of pressure. I mean, I won't get tired of saying that sentence, but it is the main theme for this game. And now, once again, I mean, Jaegers, when Venom get in this position, they just look so comfortable. They look so hard to beat. I know this is the same position where they got scored on 5 goals in a row, but are they really going to let that happen again? I don't know.
Well, I mean, comfort's a little bit different than complacency, and it looks like in that game they lost. They just started freestyling, started treating it like it was just, I mean, a Champ 1 Smurf prank game. Like they didn't really care. They were just kind of freestyling, and then Samurai just made them pay. And this one, they still have that edge to their offense. They're still playing decently solid on defense. and they're really just not giving the Samurai any room to operate.
They really aren't giving them anything in this game, and on Forbidden Temple even, that's surprising. We had our Forbidden Temple TM moment earlier on, but since then it's been a pretty normal game of Venom controlling the pitch, and they haven't let go once, even trying to add on more. But 40 seconds left, 2 goals. Once again, no impossible scenarios for the Samurai. We'll never claim that again after what we've seen. But this one does look difficult, and they don't look like the same team right now that was able to come back from that lead. Still Venom controlling it, everything, controlling every touch, getting the ball almost through once again. Saved by a close 50, but even there, Yukio demos player trying to get out. 13 seconds, and not really much more to be said for game 6. It looks like we are heading to game 7, and props to Venom for bringing it back. In fact, at some points it's felt like even though Samurai were in the lead, I felt more confidence in Venom to take this series, Jaegers.
Yeah, I mean, when Venom's operating at their peak level, like I really don't think there's a team that's better than them on offense. It's that defense that they tend to struggle with, but I mean, I really don't want to count Samurai out, especially with that comeback that takes a really tough mentality. But the way Venom's playing, I really see them taking this series.
And it doesn't look like there's going to be a timeout called by Samurai here, which is interesting. Oh, never mind. Just as I said that. You're welcome. I caster's curse you into making a good decision. Stack will call the timeout. So we do have a little bit of time to, take a deep breath, look at the situation, and right now, it's not looking good for Samurai. I mean, they were able to steal away what felt like 2 games in the beginning. They were able to get up on match point, but since then they've looked pretty quiet. And I want to know, Jaegers, who is the person that you are looking to on the Samurai to try and turn this ship around, try and take the reins and turn Samurai into the ones that come out strong in this game 7.
Hmm. So I all of them have potential of popping off, but I really think it's gonna be Jonah M in this game number 7. He's popped off in season, I believe it was season 5, even though it was a long time ago. He came up clutch for his team, and we saw it even back in game number 2, game number 1. He was operating at a high level, trying to steal the momentum back for Samurai. I think if Samurai wants to win this game, it's gonna have to be through Jonah M.
I fully agree with you. Jonah, I don't know if he has the most experience on this roster. I feel like he might, because I remember him being around for pretty much forever. But he's a player that I've always seen step up. He was on Snowstorm for a long time. I know they've made deep runs. He's handled the pressure before. And looking at him now, I feel like he's been playing well, right? But he hasn't really popped off at all in this series. Stacked and O'Caliber have both, been able to rise up in that comeback. Of course, it was a full team effort, but I haven't seen Jonah really stand out in this series so far. And I do want to see that. I feel like he could be the one to do that. And we're going to have to see as we get started into game number 7 here. Yes, it is real. We are on Champions Field, and one game determines who will be going to the next stage in this Challenger League game. Samurai versus Venom. It's been a battle for the ages, some of the best games we've seen, and now they're all battling it out here on the pitch. This one will get downfield. Yukio looking to send this one center. It's a bit of a dangerous ball. Stack does well to get that free, but the Venom pressure, that's what you've got to be scared of. That's an insane bump, but an insane save as well from the defense. 3D, 4D chess going on here on the Rocket League pitch. As both of these teams, they've become acquainted with each other's play styles, and by doing so have learned how to predict and adapt to the other team. It's been an insane run so far, but this one is looking like it's going to be a good 7, Jaegers.
I mean, it definitely is leading up to a nice little pinch by Venom, but O'Caliber going to do extremely well to hit it away, and it looked like Samurai did have a chance to put one on target at least. The ball bouncing dangerously in Venom's half, but nobody wanting to commit. Both teams afraid to make that first mistake in Game 7. And both teams, the defense is showing up here.
And so far, both teams being put under a lot of pressure. That one's not on target, but O'Caliber will still not be happy with it rolling in his direction. He is going to clear it out as quickly as possible. Venom trying to reestablish themselves, and they might have found it, but Zinx gets the pre-flip and manages to take advantage of that open net. A great way to start off Game 7 for Venom.
And it was a good 50 by Yukio Akita to get it to Bazinx, and Bazinx, all he had to do was catch up to the ball, and he did extremely well. Venom going to strike first in game number 7.
And that's what we expected to see from them, this unrelenting pressure. Bazinx being the one to put in the back of the net seems fitting, but there's still a lot of work to be done. We've seen leads be dropped. We've seen a lot of things go wrong for both teams, and this might be one of them. Stack, can he catch up? He will catch up, and he manages to make the tie even. Another goal for the Samurai at the perfect timing, might I add, as Stack puts it in the back of the net.
And just an extremely fortunate bounce for Samurai. And I mean, Stack's just going to completely outpace the Venom defense. He just saw what was happening a millisecond before they did, and he's gonna make Venom pay. Stack's gonna tie up this game, and we're back even.
And Samurai could be on their way to making it their lead, their advantage. It's a double commit off the backboard. O'Caliber trying to take advantage of this, but Bazinx does a great job keeping that one out. Trying to take a shot of his own, and where did the defense go? What happened? They were fighting for the back corner boost. You can't be doing that in Game 7. What's going on?
And Jonah M just gonna hesitate at the boost, then start the pressure. And I mean, the boost monster just strikes again. Merely that 100 boost is too enticing. And Samurai gonna go down a goal as a result.
And you knew these small defensive laps were gonna come back to bite them, but not in the most crucial moments. You can't have that happening there. Another ball headed on target. That one will get sent away. But if you're the Samurai, you need to bounce back quick. You can't let this game go on much longer without you getting another goal, getting this game tied up. You need to make your mark, or else you might just fade away. This one going high off the edge. Jonah does manage to get the touch, but now he's all out of boost. Going to have to try and recuperate. Stack taking this one off the corner. Right to O'Caliber and almost able to take a shot, but it's not quite on target. Bowser going to try to control this one. Stacked there for it as well. Gets it center, but Zinx still stalwart on the clear, and he does make the most of it. Now an attack the other way. This time Jonah does have boost. This time he can control it. This time he can get it clear, but the open net, he doesn't quite get it. I don't know how much of that he saw was open, but that was definitely a clear-cut opportunity. And it looks like in Game 7 here, Jaegers, Venom are not the same team. They're not making the same kind of easy mistakes. There was one slow roller, and now they've cleaned up their act. They're not letting anything go in for free anymore.
There really is. Ever since they lost that 5-1 lead, they've cleaned it up on defense. And oh my goodness, what a bump! And Bazinx just gonna put that one in the back of the net. What a play! The fullback taking out the defender, and it looks like Venom is one step closer to taking the next step in playoffs.
I mean, he just fell down from the heavens. Like, the defender had no idea he was even there. As far as he was aware, a fourth person just joined the pitch and bumped him out of the play. That was insane. One of the best bumps I've ever seen from Bowsy. And a great play to put them up too. Now we have to see if they've learned their lesson throughout the series. Can they hold on to this lead? It looks like they can, but looks can be deceiving. And right now, there's a lot of pressure on them. Jonah trying to find this one to get back, but once again, it's Venom able to take the shot. No boost on offense, but still, somehow with no boost, they're still beating the Samurai defenders. That one's a long shot, but it's not on target. Bowsy barely gets the save off. And although the ball is in Venom's half, it doesn't really look like there's any danger. In fact, the danger looks like it's going the other way. This one will get bounced off the wall. Bowsy once again clearing it out, and all Venom has to do is keep this ball from going into their half. All they have to do is prevent one goal from being scored with a buffer of 2. That's probably the easiest task they've ever
Well,
had. But Jonah
well,
with the pass, there's no way. There's no way, right? Right?
look, look,
Right.
look. We asked him to step up. 8 seconds left. A nice shot to put him in striking distance. We have seen crazier things happen, merely. And if there is any team to bet on with 8 seconds left, it's Samurai.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen anything crazier than this. They're both up. They're both trying to commit, but Bazinks, he should be able to take possession. This one will stay up. Now, Caliber is in position. Oh, but it just barely hits the floor. Venom, they're able to stop history from repeating itself. They're able to win the game 7, prevent it from going to overtime. And what a finish it was.
No, that was an extremely good series, very back and forth, and I mean it came down to the wire. Samurai scored a little bit too little, too late. They definitely had a chance at the end, but hats off to Venom and their offensive firepower.
And yeah, I mean, massive credit to Venom when they are on offense. That is a scary sight. I mean, you can see the aggression, you can see the teamwork, the chemistry. They've obviously played together a lot, and it shows. Fantastic offense, good defensive moments as well. But I think if they could clean up their defense a little bit more, definitely going to be grand finals contenders. But also, great job to Samurai. You know, they came out, they turned it into a game 7. Unfortunately, they weren't able to prevent the comeback from Venom from happening. But in their own, I mean, they had some of the most entertaining games. One of the best comebacks I've ever seen on Nemesis livestream. So definitely big props to Samurai as well for making it this far and making it as good of a series as it was.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining series, really down to the wire. Game sevens always fun to watch. And I mean that was a perfect nightcap to our stream, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think we could have asked for much more. Unfortunately, we probably lost some viewers who aren't night owls, but that's their loss. They should go back and watch the VOD because this was a fantastic series. But that's going to do it for now, unless we have any subscribers or anything to thank, which I don't have it open. So we're good for now. But thank you all for supporting us anyways. Thank you all for watching. Of course, it's all about you guys, the community. Thanks for coming out and showing your support. And thank you once again, Samurai and Venom, for playing in this one. Was an absolute banger. Thank you, Jaegers, for casting as well. It was a lot of fun.
Always a pleasure, merely. Good to be back in the booth.
Indeed, indeed. But I think that will just about do it. That's going to wrap our night up. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Right? Yep.
Yep.
At what time? 6 Eastern. We will see you guys back in the booth here, back for some more live streams. Until then, have a great night. Get some rest. Get ready for playoffs again tomorrow, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.